Hi guys, Arindam here, and in this video I'll be showing you how to get the artifact of the Devourer from the northeast cave on the island map as of November 2024. So, we are currently situated very close to the mouth of the cave. Let me show you where I am at. So we are near the cave location in Carno Island, and our cave happens to be just overlooking that tree over there, and this is the Carno Island, by the way. So let me actually go there, and I'm going to follow you guys through. I will also be telling you the locations of the 3 explorer nodes that are found in the cave, what are the gears that I would recommend, and what are the best tames to actually get along this cave. Now, this cave is a very straightforward and easy cave, and the GPS coordinates of the cave's mouth is latitude 9 by longitude 91.3. The 2 best mounts for this cave are the Baryonyx as well as the Thylacoleo. As you can see, I already have a Thylacoleo with me, but I'm not going to be running it with the Thylacoleo. I will do it with my trusty Baryonyx, which you may have already guessed is my favorite and overall the best caving mount in ARK. Now, because the Baryonyx is a mount that I reuse in multiple cave runs across multiple maps, it makes sense for me to actually have it imprinted and have pretty good stats. So currently my Baryonyx has a primitive saddle, but it has 100% imprint and it has pretty good health as well as melee damage. I will show you that it has just 1 melee mutation, and for traits I have given it a couple of traits, of which the one that is the most important is the vampiric one. Even a level 1 should be sufficient. Because the Baryonyx does not eat raw meat, you should load it up with raw fish meat, and you should also disable the resource harvesting as I have done right now. Regarding the cave, before you actually go inside the cave, you should always construct one of these logout shacks, and the shacks should contain at least a bed as well as a box. This will allow you to make respawning much easier. Now, because I play in solo PvE, it allows me the creative freedom to design really beautiful, really intricate logout bases like this for every single of the cave runs. And if you have been seeing my videos from ARK Survival Evolved for the past couple of years, and you have seen my previous videos on ARK Ascended, you will note that every single cave that I do, I always construct a very different, very unique, and sometimes very esoteric type of logout base. So this particular one has been designed to represent the mathematical concept of tessellation, and tessellation is also a DirectX 11 feature. We will come back to this later on, and if you were to stick around, I'll be able to tell you what exactly went into this design. Now, regarding the actual cave run, you don't require much gear at all, so any armor would do, so that you can have at least sufficient hyperthermal protection. Further along, you should carry a Otter, because Otter will provide you good insulation, both hyperthermic as well as hypothermic, and you should always level melee damage over them. As you can also see, the Otter also allows us to carry multiple artifacts, and these were the artifacts of my previous cave run videos. Now, we are going to be using grappling hooks to get one of the 3 explorer nodes, because it's not found in a regular path, and you can see I have 10 of them. Other than that, I have taken lesser antidotes because there are bats in the cave, and that is more or less it. Lastly, since this is the Carno Island cave and there are lots of enemy dinos, especially T-Rexes and alpha creatures, if you want to protect your delicate spawns, you should always have something like a bodyguard. In this case, I have my really powerful imprinted Carcharodontosaurus, which happens to be my very fast Carchar across the entirety of ARK. I never tamed one of these in ARK Survival Evolved, so by the time this thing came to ARK Evolved, I was already out. So this is my very first Carcharodonto. Anyway, let's start the cave run. So you can do this thing with a Thylacoleo really well, but Thylacoleo being a slightly bigger creature, you're going to find going into this area slightly tricky, and you will have to like navigate, you'll have to space and do a bunch of jumps, and you might also have to break some of those crystals. we have a slight underwater area. You don't need any kind of scuba gear for this. And by the way, this cave doesn't spawn arthropoda, so you don't have any requirement for any shotguns or carrying any backup armor. That is why you can see I have no fiber, hide or anything, just any armor would do. But you would require your dino to jump a lot. So Baryonyx, Thylacoleo, all of these dinos, even Sabertooth will be good for this particular cave. Now I'm not going to be killing every single creature, I'm just going to speed run this cave. So this is one of your jumps. Okay, so now from this tree we are going to head back down. Another little jump we'll have to do. Now before we continue further, note that blue fungus. Note that blue fungus over there, because we are going to take this route, go over there and then drop down using a grappling hook, because we happen to have our first explorer node just below it. This is why the grappling hook is required. Just going to come here, see the coast is clear. This is the Mosasaurus dossier. As you can see, I've already gathered it one time before. Let's see. Alright, we are here. Now it should be a straightforward path down. There are hardly any dangerous creatures about, and the most dangerous would be the bat, which can give you mega rabies. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be baiting all the creatures at the same time. That is going to allow me to kill them quickly and also show you what an imprinted creature can do. The 30% imprint bonus for both damage as well as shielding. Combined with a few level ups means I would have no problem taking out all of them at the same time. Alright, the coast is clear, and before we get to the artifact, here is our second explorer node.
Mesopithecus amicafer is an omnivorous monkey species, primarily inhabiting the island's jungles.
Coordinates 10.4 by 90.2.
Human, but can scurry about the same speed. It does not appear to be aggressive, unlike its relative, the Gigantopithecus, but is rather very shy towards humans, likely due to their much larger size and lack of hairy exterior. Due to their skittish nature,
artifact location is 10.5 by 90.4.
Patient, but stick too close to them for too long, and they'll get spooked and run away. A common pet, Mesopithecus, is very easy to keep fed.
This is
It will
our
eat nearly
third
any fruit harvested on the island. Mesopithecus is most often used as a social companion, as it cannot carry enough to be a beast of burden.
This location is
not large enough to be
11.1 by
ridden, and is not
89.8.
particularly good for combat.
Now
It
we have
is,
gotten
however,
all three
quite
of
effective
our
at vocally
explorer
warning
nodes,
of
and we have also
incoming
gotten the
intruders
artifact,
and
so
pelting them with
we can
copious
hightail
amounts
it
of
out of
tossed
there.
fecal matter. Nomadic tribes have also managed to teach Mesopithecus to open locked doors when pillaging.
Alright, by the way, I never actually showed you the GPS coordinates of the previous one. I believe the previous one was this one over here, I believe. Not so sure, but I think so, yes. So, the GPS coordinates of this guy is going to be, let me give you an approximation, it's 10.8 by 90.2. Now all we have to do is get the hell out and ensure that we unnecessarily do not fall into any of these holes. Now once we find this path, we can do this little jump over here and we can again do this jump here, and we are nearly through. Just a couple of more jumps remaining. Well, sometimes this also happens. Okay, no matter. It's not like the Baryonyx cannot actually jump this, but sometimes due to human errors, due to lack of due to not directing the jump properly, this kind of errors can happen. There is of course another way that I can do, that is straight up use the grappling hook. That is going to avoid all of these problems, unnecessary things anyway. So let's try one more time. Well, apparently let's see. Will third time be a charm or not? Let's see. So I'm going to be going full speed. Alright, so let's see if third time is a charm or not. I'm going to go take this route, and well, I don't know what happened, but I actually managed to do the jump. Okay, now we have reached the mouth. What to do is go down, take the left path, again go up, and we have reached the mouth, and there's our successful artifact run. Now before I end the video, this is my shack one more time. I have painted it black and white. It's kind of like a Joker kind of color scheme. So I wanted to have a completely different design for this base, but eventually this weird kind of design came up, and I decided I'm going to make it look like a tessellation pattern, which by the way is a DirectX 11 feature, but it is actually a mathematical concept. So the entire thing has been made into like a black white kind of thing, and it looks really cool, and it's fully symmetric. So if you can see from the other two sides, it's completely symmetric. So anyway, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like, share and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you and stay tuned for watching.